Good morning once again. You are watching Sunrise at Sea, and if you just joined us, you are right in time for our views this morning. I am Sandra Cope, and in studio I am joined by my colleagues, the usual suspects, Shivan and Sarah. Good morning, ladies. How are you?
Good morning.
Sarah. Good morning.
Hi, Sandra.
Hi.
Happy New Year, ladies.
Happy New Year
Achievements?
to you too. We are still getting to that. We're still getting to that. Shivan, let's not put the cart before the horse, shall we?
Okay.
Well, on our views this morning, we'll be discussing kids going back to school, but most importantly, pocket money, because as they're going back to school, they need some pocket money. Yeah, and we have been going through COVID times now, and people have lost their livelihoods. Yeah, we have just been grappling with this pandemic for 2 years. Yeah, and money is scarce. It's quite scarce. So as parents are paying school fees and buying those requirements, and you know those requirements are a lot. Yeah, they are quite a lot. They are not cheap. Are parents also expected to give their children pocket money? Is it a need or a want at this point? Would love to hear what you think about this, so please head on to our social media pages at CTV Uganda, and please don't forget to use the hashtag CTV Sunrise. Ladies, what do you think? Is it a need or a want at this point?
It's definitely a necessity, I believe, because a lot of boarding schools actually put it as a school requirement, where there is a minimum of at least 20,000 that is supposed to be paid to the bursar, or to the accounting officer, or to maybe the matron, whoever. But because I have siblings in school, I also went to boarding school. So from my time and the time before me, my older siblings, all of them go to school, and there is a minimum that you're supposed to, a parent is supposed to give every term, and you are given a small portion of it every day or every weekend. For me, back in my time at school, they would give us 200 shillings every Wednesday and Saturday. Just 200 shillings. But also with my siblings who are in school now, they also give them a tiny portion of that money from what you have saved, what your parent has left. It is evenly distributed until the end of the term.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's a necessity, especially if it's if your child is in a school, because some schools have some schools don't allow grab or snacks or pocket money. There are those ones, and those are schools that are able to properly feed the child or give them everything that they need. But then there are some schools that need at least this additional money because they are not able to completely give a child, or sustain a child's, needs or hunger, I may say. So it's definitely a necessity. The thing about having children is they are not here to suffer. So come COVID, no COVID, come January, brokenness, your child is not here to suffer. And that's a responsibility. It's a great responsibility having children, because you want the best for them. So I believe it's a necessity.
It's a consequence they do not have to pay. I do not think a child needs to pay because COVID-19 happened. I mean, they did not choose to be produced at a certain time, or they did not choose to be children at a certain time. So like Sarah has said, I mean, being a parent is a great responsibility, and whether we like it or not, pocket money is actually a necessity, because many a times we ignore these things as it may come off as being advocating for the girl child, but I believe especially for the girl child it is very important that they have pocket money, because there will be times when they want to say buy sanitary towels, they need to say get all these things that the female people use. Sorry, not feminine. That female people use. So I think pocket money is indeed a necessity, especially during these COVID-19 times. I mean, a little money can go a long way. You never know what your child may want. The school may not be even able to provide all the necessities, all the things that they need. So pocket money, pocket money personally helped me get a few things here and there. Like if I did not want to line up for portion beans, I would probably get myself a chapati and eat chikomando. So yeah,
that's true. That's quite true. Well, let's see what people are saying. And we have Frost DJ 256. Pocket money is a need, want, and motivation. Now, students are used to having money since some have been working. This is quite true. A life with empty pockets at school isn't something they will put up with. Yes, because kids have been doing all sorts of work around here to earn money during this
True.
COVID time. And then moving on to essential worker, during our school times, we were only given essentials like books, pens and pencils with no pocket money, and it was okay. Pocket money wasn't an issue. So to me, pocket money is not a need to a child as long as he or she gets essentials that can help them learn. The rest is just noise.
I don't think that is true. You see, many times, and especially for me personally in my home, like you'll find the adults will say, during our times, we used to walk 1,000 kilometers to go to school. We did not die. You know, kids of nowadays, you want to be dropped in cars. But you see, that was then. This is now. Trends are changing. Needs and wants are changing. So you may say that during your time, you survived without pocket money. But the truth is, a child who does not even have a lukumi in school, that is very dangerous, because then they will be prone into peer pressure and getting money from elsewhere. That is where you see girls getting sugar daddies and then little boys getting sugar mummies. And these are things that happen. So aren't you better off giving your child a little money so that it's able to sustain them? Again, it goes back to trends. The truth of the matter is then pocket money wasn't a big deal because, I mean, there were not so many temptations and there were not so many needs. Probably you guys didn't have a lot that you wanted.
No. What if there is anything that has been consistent is the danger that children face. It has always been there from time immemorial. I mean, look at it. They were giving reasons as to why girls should cut off their hair in school because they do not, are not found attractive by teachers or older men. You know, that has always been a constant.
Yes.
A survey done by Education Vision, both in upmarket schools and lower income schools, did show that a lot of children from low income schools were not content with the amount of pocket money they were given because their parents gave them almost little to nothing, whereas 33% of children in upmarket schools or let's say posh lavish schools were content with the money that their parents gave them. So this is the thing, there are different social classes. There are parents that have enough to go around, there are parents who do not have anything to give, and then there are parents who, regardless of their social status, make it a point to ensure that their child has everything that they need, and that goes down to planning. It comes down to even family planning. Have a number of children that you are able to take care of. Let's stop this thing of let me have 20 children because it's a sign of social status, and yet you cannot take care of your children. It goes down to family planning. So you plan for a number of children that you are economically and financially able to take care of, and then you go on to also intentionally and deliberately plan and save up for your child. So it's not just school fees and then the rest will fall in place. No, it is school fees, it is school uniform, it is grab and snacks if the school allows them to have that, and it is pocket money. At least because administrations give, because I'm sure they do a survey and take up a scale of the minimum that a parent can, live for their child. So for most schools, it's 20,000 shillings a term, and a term consists of 3 months, right? So they divide that 20,000 by the number of days they are allowed to use the canteens. And with a number of schools now, it's not every day that the canteen is open. You find, say, Wednesday and Saturday and Sunday. So they, evenly distribute how much a child can use. So it's important that children have pocket money, and look at the benefits. They learn how to save. They learn how to be economical. Yes, you understand. You can.
Yeah,
that is quite true. I think if we give our children pocket money, we only don't teach them just financial literacy, but we give them some financial independence.
True.
And through this, they learn things such as budgeting, spending, saving, giving. Yeah, they learn how to navigate this through their lives. Than just not giving them, then they wouldn't know, and then there comes other evils with that, as Shivan was saying. Well, moving on to Ayoja Aaron, he says, I want, period.
Full stop.
It's a want.
Then Chrismal Harris says, it's a want in private schools and a need in government schools, considering the fact that most private schools offer a holistic home care environment as opposed to some government schools. Instead, let's teach our children to be adaptive to all kinds of situations.
Absolutely.
I totally
Important.
agree with this, because we're equipping them, and there are just so many benefits to being able to give them pocket money and then just watching them how they plan out their whole term, as you were saying,
Yes.
Sarah.
Yeah, but even when as a parent you're not able to give them pocket money, sitting down and having some of these conversations with your children, and you say, you know what, Shivan, I'm not able to give you pocket money this term. Why? Because probably of COVID-19, or I've been unemployed. So that they understand that there will be times when daddy and mommy will not have pocket money.
Yes.
It's not always going to be a sunny day. So that again, they do not feel entitled that every time I'm going to school I need to have pocket money. So that's also very important that we actually put it into consideration.
But I do agree that there can also be downsides, like you mentioned. Some children may want to fit in, and then it's going to lead to cases like theft in schools. It's going to lead to, say, student-teacher relationships where the students or the pupils are getting involved with their teachers so that they can get some of
money.
these financial aid.
Yeah. I think it cuts all round. I think we should also stop thinking of pocket money as going to school setting, but even at home, children need allowances, things like that. And let us see, the benefits of pocket money, giving your child pocket money and letting them learn financial literacy, among others. So we have benefits of pocket money, and they are able to cater for any emergency expenditure that may arise in school, or anywhere else. And the practice may be used to teach children valuable life skills, such as budgeting wisely and living within their means.
Absolutely.
And we have children are capable to identify their priorities at school and budget around those. Plus, it embeds a saving culture. This is quite true. Man, me sometimes the first week,
You're
my
already
pocket money was done. So with time you learn, and you pace yourself, And pocket money can also help children learn about the consequences of losing money, giving money away, and even gambling. Letting your children make a few mistakes is also part of the learning process.
Yeah.
True.
And we see this in things like, when they give you money and then you go and take it to the bursar, what you were saying, then you keep on taking a little bit, because I think it can be overwhelming, especially like to younger children when they start managing money. So I think this is a safer way, like to keep it with the bursar. What do you think?
Yes, I agree. It's definitely a safer way. In my time in primary school, they would give us 200 shillings on Wednesday and
Like
on Saturday.
BBD.
The 200 shillings. Back then you could buy a lot with 200 shillings.
That's true.
You would get your kabalagala of 50 shillings.
Gonja.
Then you get your cool bar.
Oh, I remember those.
Of like 50 shillings, and then maybe you get another pack of crisps of 50 shillings, and then the tiny biscuits, you get like 2 of them for 50 shillings. So you even know, now at the canteen this costs how much, this costs how much, and this costs how much, and this is how much change I can keep. Or you say, what, today is Wednesday, I'm going to use 100 shillings, and then on Saturday I will use my 200 shillings, and then on Sunday when they don't give us money, I have my balance of 100 shillings. You understand? So you learn how to manage yourself. Yes, I think it's safer when the money is kept with the bursar.
Yeah.
Because now they're also learning how the banking system works.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
You have a withdrawal limit. So I cannot withdraw more than 1,000 shillings or 2,000 shillings. And then, I've removed 2,000 shillings. How much do I have left from the 20 mommy put? So they're also slowly, taught how the banking system works, how saving works. I think it is much safer that they keep it with an authority in the school as opposed to them keeping it, because when they keep it, then theft is going to arise. There's going to be misuse of the money. Children
That
can
is
be
quite true.
reckless.
I think giving them that independence to be able to manage their money is actually one of the pluses as we look at the benefits of giving pocket money. It encourages self-dependency and also improves concentration in studies. Yeah, because you're not thinking about, okay, I have nothing to eat and you're stressed and this and that. And pocket money is an efficient tactic to build trust and foster communication that will boost financial knowledge at an early age. And this is what Sarah was saying. So I think we should approach this subject or this matter when it comes to giving children pocket money, not only when they are going to school, but also when they're at home. Yeah, because you're teaching them a lot, how to manage their money, how to not be spendthrifts. Yeah, but also with that comes some controls. Yeah, because responsibilities. And as we look at the disadvantages of also giving pocket money, I think we as parents, we need to know so that we can be able to also manage our kids, which is money without supervision can lead to bad decisions made by children. Yes, they just go on buying anything they want, they get excited, and I guess we have to supervise them.
That's me right there.
They could become spendthrifts having no value for money. Yes. You have seen these kids, oh, money is done, mom, I need more money, I need more money, I need more money. They have no respect or value for money because they just know if it runs out, I'm just going to go back and get some more. So it could go either way if you do not regulate your kids and teach them. And kids learn more by observing you. Yeah. So if you're doing your budgets at the end of the month or weekly budgets, include them. Include them so that they can also do their own budgets for the money that you have allocated to them. This is quite important. And it could also lead to bullying in some instances.
Absolutely.
And this is what Sarah was saying. You know, you've seen these kids, growing up. They used to come to school with like a lot of pocket money. Quite a lot, and then this ends up, it actually begins social classes from a very early age in school, where you see the cool kids or the rich kids, the ones who don't have. Social classes are here too, like they're here. It's reality. They're everywhere. And in some instances, some kids get bullied because they don't have.
Or some get bullied because they have a lot.
That's true.
That's also true.
That's
also true.
Yeah, so do you think this is why some schools actually regulate the amount of money you can give to your child? Because some would tell you if you're giving 100,000, give 100,000. You can't give 200. You can't give more than that.
Yes, I do. I do believe that schools do this to also encourage a level ground, a level ground for everybody. Everybody has to, have, because they say you have a minimum at least of 20,000 or maybe 50,000 shillings. Some schools also just refuse and say, no, you can't live more than 50K. 50K is more than enough. I mean, there's food in the dining hall. They should eat that. So yeah, I think they do that to, make a level ground for everybody, and also try and eliminate these social classes that could lead to bullying, and bullying can really be extreme sometimes.
What are your parting words to parents out there, Shivan?
Well, mine, one or two things. If you can afford to give your child pocket money, go ahead and do it. If you cannot afford to give them pocket money, sit down and have real conversations with them and let them know that, you know what, I'm not able to give you pocket money for this and this reason, so that they always know that not every day is going to be roses, and sunny days. There will always be days when it's rainy or even cloudy. But again, even back to the children, as you go back to school, the major reason why you're going to school is to study. So again, pocket money is just a plus. It's not something that you ought to have, but if your parent can afford it, kudos to you. Yeah.
Sarah, what's your take?
Pocket money is important. No, I'm not saying that education isn't important or money is the most important thing, but it does, it makes being at school a lot easier, because sometimes you make miss lunch for whatever reason, or you may be allergic to whatever they are cooking in the in the kitchen, and your child needs this extra money to be able to take care of themselves. Sometimes you may need hygiene products and you've run out of them, and you understand. So there are also those other co-curricular activities when they bring entertainment and you have to pay. You see? So it is good to have a little money. So it goes down to budgeting to see how much your child needs. So you balance it out with what the school is providing and, you know, what you can also give, so that your child can have a wholesome experience. So I think it's important to not deprive your child of the experience of learning how to manage money one way or the other, whether they, you know, use it wisely or use it badly. It's still a learning process.
A learning curve.
Yeah.
I totally agree with Sarah. I think we should teach our kids financial literacy at a very, very young age and give them that financial independence, but with some supervision here and there. They will learn. It's a learning curve and they will get there. So parents, please, do not deprive them of this pocket money. You don't want them going there and they're watching other kids, you know, buy stuff and this and that. It will just throw them off.
True.
You know, especially
True.
now that it's been a long time since they were at school and they have been at home for very long. It's going to take some time for them to adjust as well. Well, that is all we had for you on Our Views 1 this morning. We would like to hear your views on this subject, so please head down to our social media pages at CTV Uganda. Don't forget to use the hashtag CTV Sunrise and let us know what you think. From me and the ladies here, this is all for part 1. We'll see you in a bit. Don't blink.